Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Kyle Campbell, who you will be well aware of races down in the North Carolina area, and you can see him flagging cars at Millbridge every now and then. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good. So, how's the winter been? I know it's how's the off season going and coming off I'd say probably an up and down year for you in 2024.
Yeah, it was a very up and down year. The off season has been pretty much cut, chop, and rebuild as far as the car goes. We fired off really good. The first couple races of the year, we won Southern National, and then we won Hickory back to back, the first two car store races of the year. So that was amazing. And then we had a bit of misfortune come along in the third race, and I ended up getting to the wall at Orange County, and it tweaked the clip a little bit, but we really weren't we didn't pick up on it. So kept trucking along. Put a new clip once we figured out everything was bent and it just wasn't working as good as it had been. We put a new clip on for Caraway, and then I ended up getting in a pretty unfortunate wreck at Hickory during practice, and that did it in for a while. I backed it in the wall. The left rear tire come off because the rear end broke. The snout broke off the housing. Tire come off, and I backed it in the wall in practice. Um, we got the car fixed. We ran South Boston, and then at South Boston, blew a motor. So it's been an up and down year. We're getting a new motor, putting that in pretty soon. But as far as the race car goes, the car is ready to go, and we just need to put a power plant in it.
So this is going to be, one more before we get to 2025 and your plans for this year. I don't think I don't think people can start with 2024 with what you did in those first few races in the Cars Tour, winning the first few pro late races. What did that do for you last year?
Mainly, honestly, it just mainly boosted my confidence. Knowing I could go out there and run with the best of the best in the country, because they had full fields both times. I think it was 28 cars in both races, and there are no slouches in the Cars Tour. So just being able to win those first two races, it really boosted my confidence. I had a lot of people reach out. I gained some sponsors for that, and it really just boosted the career as far as getting a little bit more traction in the racing world.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think that the course of this year, 2025, what are your plans for this year? Because I know you and I were talking before. It's going to be, they're going to be different than they were in 2024.
Yeah, I think we're taking a step back from the full time side of things, and we're just going to hit races whenever we want to. I'm getting a bit older, and let's face it, I don't have the money just to keep up with it as much as I need to. Um, we're going to run some car store races. We're going to run Carolina Pro races where they come out with a new series for the Southeast. I
Yep.
can't remember the name of it exactly, but they're coming out with a new series with Keely Davinsky and Shane Higgins. And so we're going to hit some of those races, and we plan on to be racing a lot, just nothing full time.
Yeah. So, I know obviously, you made that decision and stuff like that. What went into that? And yeah, and I know you're not getting any younger. But now how many races do you think you will do this year?
Um, as long as everything goes good, I can see us doing anywhere from 10 to 15. Just we'd like to run Hickory. Unfortunately, Car Store's not going back to Southern National because we ran good there. Um, we had talks about running the Easter Bunny race for the past series at Hickory, so we're gonna pick and choose races, but I can see it being anywhere from 10 to 15.
Yeah. So I think that this is what is this year going to be like, just for you as you don't know what to expect, have you kind of thought that this is my last year, maybe possibly racing ever?
I mean, there's been thoughts of it for a little while of just being like we can't financially keep up with everybody else, so this year is just going to be It's going to be stress free. We're going to go out and have fun as a family. Me and my dad, my sister, my girlfriend. We're all just going to come out. We're going to have fun, just stress free. We're not going to race for points. We're just going to go try and win some races.
Yeah. Do you feel like the pressure's off now because of all that? I mean, yeah, I think it is with everything, but how relieving is that for you now? So now you don't have to worry about, racing for points or racing for a championship. You're just out there racing to win.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're just racing to win. After we had some bad luck in the Cars Tour and we ran out and just ran a couple races, just not worrying about points, just going out and trying to be the best you can be. It's easier mentally that way, I should say. Competition is still really tough as always, and it's going to be in all three of the series I mentioned. So it's just we're going to go out, and if we have a car to win, we're going to go win the race, and if we don't, then we missed it that day, and we're going to reset for the next one.
Okay. What tracks, where are you hitting? Where, like, I know series wise, um, but, what are you going to, where are we going to see you?
I know the Cars Tour right now is the only people out with a schedule, so we're looking at Hickory. We did really well there last year. Obviously, we won that race in the Cars Tour. We're looking at Hickory. If they go to Southern National, we're looking to go to Southern National because we also did really good there. I'd like to get back to Florence. I haven't been there in a couple years. That's a good one. Um, the Easter Bunny, like I said, that's a Hickory, but we'd like to go run the Easter Bunny, and it's something different. Tri County is definitely a good one we can go hit. It's real close to home. So any of the tracks, I'd like to go and race back at South Boston. I have two starts at South Boston, and both of them had ended in blown motors. So I'd like just to get a full race under my belt at South Boston.
Yeah. Um, and then just lastly, what do you feel like, what is it going to be like, these first few races this year? Where are we gonna, when do you know when your next one will be? Obviously schedules need to be released, but where's the tentative date of your first race?
We don't really have one yet. We need to wait till the schedules get released. We don't have a motor in the car yet. The car is more or less ready to go, just needs a motor. Um, we're gonna go test at Hickory, that's real close to home. Maybe test at Tri County, try a couple things out, and just once these series start getting out some schedules, we'll look into a for sure date.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and best of luck in 2025.
Yep, thank you, man.